What we have in the picture right now is a box, a 3D basic object. If you're going to look at the base of it, it's rectangular. When we create rectangle, we pick two opposite points, and then by adding another point, which is the third point, that will be the depth or the height of your box. Box is one of the many 3D primitives that you can use for wide applications. Now, we have this activity. It's actually a living area setup. We have the sofa set. As you can see, everything has a rectangular base. We're going to create a 3D version of that using mainly the box command. Okay. Now you are just limited. You are required to design a sofa set or a living room area wherein nakalimit lang po kayo ng 4 meters dito and 5 meters doon. Okay? Now, I have the height of each furnitures provided here, which are going to do also. Okay? So, the dimensions are given. I will be providing this PDF also. Anyway, let's start. So, this is my CAD file of those living area set. I'm going to create a new drawing file. So, I'll be clicking here. Okay? I'll be turning off my grids and I will be saving this file. Hanap lang ako. So I'm going to save it on your folder. So it's here in exercises. So I'll be naming it, or of course the format is your surname, arcad 322 exercises. Okay? So all of the 3D objects will be saved here. Now all of the 2D objects, I would suggest you can save it on your previous file that you have used in arcad 312. Okay? So after that, we're going to save. Uh, huh, I'll just be switching in one of my uh, currently open CAD files. I'll be copying this with no command in progress. I will be selecting them by my cursor. Okay, so once everything is selected, I will be doing Control C on my keyboard to copy. And this one, before I paste it, I just have to check the units, make sure it's meters. If it's not, you can easily set it here and meters, and then click OK, and you're good to paste. That's Control V. Zoom in. We already have this one. By default, we are looking on what view? Top view. Okay, by the way, we're going to create 3D objects out of these 2D objects using AutoCAD software but there are a lot of softwares that can actually do 3D modelings, 3D renderings, and animation and walkthroughs. But we will be using AutoCAD for the entire SEM, but I will be playing some helpful YouTube videos from other channels using SketchUp. Kasi SketchUp is ginagamit din siya. So, I would really suggest you also do further uh, research and self-developing techniques using SketchUp naman. But again, we will be using CAD for the entire semester. Now, let's go back with the top view. By default, naka-top view tayo, but we have other views. We have bottom, left, right, back, front. Okay, when you click that, okay, right, and so on. So we have front, we have left, and these 6 views are actually intended for 2D. Now, if you want to have something like 3D, you have to click the 4 default isometric views of AutoCAD. Okay, so we have the Southwest isometric. There you go. As you can see, nag-iiba na yung UCS natin. So with our cursor now is 3-dimensional. The UCS also is here. One thing is that meron na siyang Z. Okay? Kasi we have X and Y for 2D dimensional, and for 3-dimensional we have X, Y, and Z. Okay? So that is Southwest. Have Southeast and Northeast and Northwest. Okay? Balik ko lang siya sa top. Okay. So I believe nawawala yung pinaka main rectangle, which is at 5, 4. Yan. just move this. There you go. Now, we'll be using southeast isometric. Yeah, okay. Now check your UCS. The Z should always be the one pointing upwards or north, okay? Again, when you do the modeling, you always check X, Y, and Z. Dapat si Z lagi yung nasa taas. In any case na bumaligtad yan, X is the one pointing upwards or Y, you just have to type UCS, enter, and accept nyo lang yung word by pressing enter. So, dalawang enter after UCS, enter, enter. Because the UCS in 3D environment can be a little playful. Okay? And when your UCS is not properly oriented, chances magkakaroon kayo ng problem when you are doing 3D modeling. So, I would really suggest you check it from time to time. Okay? In any case, again, that the Z is not pointing upwards or it's being misaligned. Again, that's UCS. Enter, enter. So, babalik po siya dun sa default location niya, which is Z pointing upwards. Okay, anyway, let's start. So from the 3D sofa, we'll check the dimension of this one. So we have here. So yun dito we have a height of 0.20 meter. Tapos this one is elevated at 0.05. Okay? So let's go back. This is box, and by the way, you can only achieve this ribbon by simply clicking this workspace switching icon here. Just have to click that. Look for, meron siyang 3D modeling. But since nag-start tayo, so currently kasi, ayan yung nasa workspace ninyo. Okay? So as I have mentioned before in Arcade 312, your workspace will only vary depende dun sa ginagawa nyo. But this time we are on the 3D basics introduction. So we're going to switch the workspace switching by selecting 3D basics. Okay? So after that, I'm going to click box. And I'm going to check if my OSNAP is on. And I will be picking 1 and 2. That's 0.20. Enter. Ulitin ko. BOX. Ito muna. Yan. 0.2. And I'll just copy this. Okay, there you go. And we're going to elevate this at 0.25. We just have to make sure that ortho is on. Picking upwards, that's 0.25. Okay, bakit kaya 0.25? Kasi meron pa siyang another base dito. Ito siya. Okay, so gagawin natin yon. That's another BOX. I'll be picking 1 and 2. And 0.2. And this one is elevated also by 0.05. So I'll be moving it. Select this. Enter. Pick here and up there. Okay. So we're good. Dun na tayo sa mga armrest. So we have 3 armrest pala. Sorry. Ito yon. Okay. Let's see. For that one, yung height po nila is 0.65. Okay, so I'll be clicking the box. And medyo nakakalito siya, but ako, sanay na ako. Anyway, just have to click. Kung nalilito kayo doon, you can start here. Okay, you pick from here, up there, and 0.65. Enter. Okay, then you can just simply copy that. Copy. Click sa midpoint, and ilipat doon. Okay. So basically, you're having hard time looking for this one to pick its 2 opposite corner points when you create the box. So let's check other view. Try natin yung northwest. Okay, ito siya. Kita na natin siya sa likod. Okay? So let's click box ulit. So this is 1 and 2. And this one has a height of 0.85. Okay, 0.85, enter. Balik tayo sa may southeast. Okay? So, this is the so-called visual style na 2D wireframe wherein nakikita mo talaga siya para talaga siyang transparent. Okay? Now, we're going to change it kasi baka masakit siya sa mata ninyo. You always have the option to change it to conceptual. Okay, hidden. Realistic. Realistic is when you apply materials. Shaded. Shaded with edges. Shades of Gray. The book by E.L. James. Sketchy. Wireframe. And X-ray. Okay? I think I'm good with X-ray. Okay? Sige, let's continue. Box. I'll be picking from here, 1 and 2. And based dun sa PDF natin, we have a height of 0.85. 0.85, enter. I'll just have to check this one. QP, medyo doubt ako if it's really 0.85. So QP, select this, enter. Tama, it's 0.85. But you can change here. Say you wanted it 0.90, enter. Pwede naman. Okay? And let's try with box ulit. So you pick this part and this. And this one is 0.65, enter. And unahin na natin to. Box ulit. You pick 1 and 2. And this one is 0.20. Okay, let's move this one. So I'll be picking here upwards. Make sure ortho is on. That's 0.05. And I'll copy it. Pick from here up there. And copy again. Copy this. I'll be picking some midpoint and up here. Okay. And let's copy again. CO. I'll select this one, and this two. Ayun yung ma-select. Anyway, I'll pick the midpoint. Hindi siya nasama. So, copy again. Saan yung ma-select? Or is it just one? Let me check in the other. Okay. So, isa lang siya. Mukha lang siyang dalawa kanina. Anyway, let's copy. So, that's midpoint to midpoint upwards. Ayaw niya. Copy. I'll pick here and up there. Point 2. Enter. Okay. So, dun muna siya. Okay, next is we're going to, of course, Control S. And I'm going to switch it to top view. Okay. So, I better switch it again at 2D wireframe. Okay, ito yun kanina na nakakopy. I'll be erasing it. And MI to mirror. Okay. So after selecting this, press enter. I'll be picking this midpoint here and midpoint. Okay, and enter. And let's again check the southeast isometric view. So ayan na sila. And then let's see conceptual. There you go. Okay. Let's try the 2D wireframe. And let's switch our view to northeast. Okay. Bakit tayo nag-northeast? Gagawin natin itong lamp natin. Okay? So, let's see. So, for the vase, we have a height of 0.03. And then for the stand, it's 0.90. So, again, that's box. Pick from here. Up there. That's 0.03. Enter. Same box pa rin. Click. And point to the other corner point, that's 0.90. And box pa rin tayo. You pick from here 1 and 2, and that's 0.50. Enter. So if you're going to check the lamp, on the other visual style, hindi siya mukhang lamp kasi ayan sila. Hindi pa sila naka-elevate or nakaangat. So we're going to move this one muna. Okay? So enter. I'll be picking the top box. Enter. So I'll be picking here. And ilan yung ilalagay kong elevation sa kanya? The elevation is 0.03 and 0.90. So that is 0.93. Enter. And this one, hindi pa to nakaangat. It's actually nakapatong dun sa pinaka-base, which is 0.03. So, enter. Select this, enter. So, you just click the endpoint here and endpoint there. And there you go. Okay? So, let's go back to 2D wireframe. Balik tayo ng top. Again, that's MI. Select this 3. Enter. You pick from here. Or dito na lang, midpoint to midpoint. Enter. And southeast. Okay, so Control S to save. Now, the next thing is we're going to do the coffee table. So the coffee table looks like this. It has an elevation of 0.45. Tapos meron siyang mga legs. Yung meron siyang another base dun sa baba, which is nakaangat siya ng 4 inches. And the thickness of each top base is 0.05 or 2 inches. Okay? So, let's see. Punta muna ako dito. Lagay ko muna siya sa top view. Lagyan ko lang to ng REC enter. I'll be picking here. So, that's at 0.15, 0.05. Okay? So, I'll be just be doing mirror for this. Enter when you're done, and then 1 and 2. Enter. Okay. So, let's go back with southwest. Pwede rin naman sa southwest. Anyway, let's first create box out of this. So, this is 1 and 2. And this one has a height of 0.40. Okay? 0.40. Enter. And just copy that. So, click on the midpoint, 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 and another midpoint. Okay? And we have the box here. So, create the box. So, we create or we pick from there and here, and this one is 0.05. Enter. Let's move it. Enter. Select this, enter. Click natin dito sa endpoint and upwards. Okay. So, and we have another one. Box. We pick from there up here, and that's 0.05 also. And we have to move this by 10 centimeters. So enter, select it, enter. You pick some midpoint, and that's 0.1. Enter. Okay? So etong mga to, these are books later. Gumawa tayo ng iba instead of this. Okay? So anyway, we also have this one pala. So, box again. So, hindi ko to lalagyan ng positive amount. I want it to be extruded or magkaroon ng volume pababa. So, therefore, that's negative 0.025. Okay. So, this is now your 3D sofa set. Okay. So, as you can see, it's very basic. So, let's try adding some materials. So that's RMAT or that's render materials. Okay? So once you installed AutoCAD, meron po kayong default na rendering materials dyan. Currently, what you have here is meron nakalagay na ganito. So let us collapse it. You will see pala something like this. We call this gizmo. Huwag niyong gagalawin, hayaan nyo lang dyan. Kasi may chances na magulo yung environment ninyo when you click this one. Okay, so better yet, hanap tayo ng ibang materials. That's home. Okay, Autodesk Library. Hanapin natin yung flooring muna. Okay, so flooring. You have some options. You always have these arrows to collapse things, okay? So we have the carpet. So you can just simply scroll. Yan. Have the stone. Sige. Let's select this uh, platform and adjust ko lang to. Okay, so I'll be selecting this and hanapin ko ulit si yung kanina. Eto. So I'll be clicking this. Okay, so there you go. Okay, now let's see on the sofa. Hanapin natin yung fabric. Okay, so for the fabric, let's collapse this one. So we have leather lang pala. So anyway, let's choose. So again, we have the smooth black. So I'll be selecting the base part. Tsaka to. This one also, and this, and this, and this. Okay, so smooth black. Make sure the objects are selected before you apply this material. There you go. Lipat ako ng view. That's southeast. So select ko to, tsaka to. And that's smooth black. Okay, let's try one more pattern or one more material, the blue one. So I'll be selecting this. Make sure when you apply these objects, everything is selected and no command in progress. Okay, so click blue. There you go. And for the table, let us look for stone or for wood, sorry. So scroll downwards and you will see here wood, and scroll lang kayo pag di nyo nakikita. Then we have panels. So we have presets material. Presets po yung tawag dyan. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga sa wall paint, nakatimpla na sila. Okay? So let's see. I'll be selecting this and I'm looking for, okay, this one will do. Okay? So I'll just be clicking this arrow here to apply it to my selected material. Okay? And then you can type MA, select this, select that. Okay, hindi ko lalagyan yun sa baba. I just want it white. Okay? Now, what about yung isang paa sa likod? Okay? So, just switch your view. So, that's MA, enter, click this, and this one. Okay? Now, for the lamps, hanap tayo ng metal. Metallic paint. Okay? Let's see. So, yung pinaka-stand niya will be somewhere, this one. Okay? And then, yung sa pinaka-base niya, itong dalawa, this is 1 and this is 2. Let's see, I wanted it black. Scroll upwards and satin black. Okay. And the one on top, you might be wondering, dapat butas siya sa loob. Yes, like, technically it's hollow inside, but we are just after using the 3D box. Anyway, we have a lesson about different designs for 3D lamps. So, meron kayong ganong exercise. But anyway, let's move forward. So, hanapan natin ng material tong lamp head. Should be cloth or fabric also. Okay. It's, we'll be looking for... Okay, let's try plastic na lang. Or any color will do. So I'll just be selecting this and click. There you go. Select this and click. Okay, so I'll be closing this one. And balik tayo ng southeast. Okay, we're good. Now, you might be wondering, the edges are too rigid. They are too pointed. Actually, pwede po natin silang i-fillet. Okay, so that's F, enter. Specify first object, so we'll be changing the radius, R enter. Specify fillet radius, that's 0.05. Try natin if kaya niya, baka kasi masyado siya malaki. So 0.05, enter. Click this part, enter. Click this again, enter. Okay, so as you can see, nag-smoothen po yung edge niya. So let's try that. F, enter, select this. Okay, same radius pa rin, di ko papalitan. Okay, wait. Lipat natin siya ng 2D wireframe. Ito siya, nag-smoothen. Okay, F, enter. No changing of radius. I'll just be selecting this. And enter fillet radius. Just press enter. Select an edge or loop. So click this. Pwede nyo click din doon. Lahat ng part ng object na sinelect nyo earlier. And enter. So, ito sila. Okay. So, ang naano ko lang is medyo mahirap mag-select. Pwede nyo siyang i-move muna pataas. Okay. F. Select this part and just accept this. Select that. Select this. And enter. Okay. So, let's move it. So, might as well, before you copy things, pwede nyo silang anuhin muna. I-fillet muna, okay? Actually, you can also fillet this one. F, enter. Select this. Enter fillet radius, sorry. F, enter. Select first object. Select the object that you want to be rounded with corners. And enter fillet radius, enter lang. Select an edge. So, just click this. Tsaka ito. And tsaka yung sa baba ko nasa-select pa. Enter. Okay? So your sofa set is not pointed because napaka-awkward niya tignan. Okay? So that's F, enter. Select first object. Select this. Enter. Okay na yung 0.05. You cannot go higher than this. May chances na hindi na siya magiging possible. But you can go lower than this one. Maybe 0.03 will do. Anyway, so enter. After that, select an edge. So I have selected this one also. And enter. Ayan siya. Okay? So, pwede nyo silang i-fillet before copying them. And afterwards, balik tayo na realistic. Yan. Okay? So, don't worry about that. Now, after this, we're going to convert CAD file into JPEG file, or this view, i-convert natin siya ng JPEG file. So, let's see, palitan ko muna yung background ko. Colors, 2D model space. Let's try a little bit of white. Check ko lang. Kasi I had a sample render of this and it's color black. That's why I changed my background to white. But let us see. Check ko muna yung RPRef. RPRef is the advanced render settings for AutoCAD. So, ibig sabihin, pag nag-render tayo, gagawa siya ng JPEG file or an image file. Naka-render size yan. Ito sila. That's the default 800 by 600. If you know what I mean, because images have sizes also. So, the higher the sizes, the longer the rendering time. But anyway, let's use HD JPEG file. So 1280 by 1024 pixels. So you have here the render accuracy, the current presets. Ilagay natin siya, sige, sa high. If you have selected the coffee break quality, matagal to, mga 30 minutes, something like that, or pinakamabilis na siguro yung 15, but it's better. But anyway, let's try muna ito. Kasi I'm after those students na yung specs ng mga computer and desktop nila medyo mababa, so baka hindi kayanan. So you can always try the lower settings. Anyway, render level, pag nilagay mo siya sa high, automatic siya nag-10. ilagay ko lang sa render level na 5. If this level is getting higher, you will be having a better output but a longer rendering time. Okay? So anyway, ito na muna sundin natin. Okay? So we're good. Let's try the command render or RR. This will take a little time. Okay, so as you can see, okay, black pa rin yung gilid niya. Sige. Regardless if I change the background or not. So again, suggest ko lang po before you copy or you do the copying of similar elements in sofa, i-fillet nyo na sila. Okay, so you can have these objects rounded. Kasi if they are too edgy, they are a little bit awkward. So, better yet, i-round nyo na po yung corners. Okay? Now, as you can see on the render window, we already have a 39% progress for the rendering time. If you have chosen higher settings, that will take more than that. Okay? There are times that you will be consuming hours talaga for a better render output. And therefore, if you need a better render output, a realistic output talaga for rendering, you are required to actually have a desktop unit that is really good for rendering. Okay? So 61%, so naka 1 minute and 16 seconds na tayo. 64% pa lang siya. So let's wait more seconds, maybe around 2 minutes siguro makakompleto natin siya. Okay, but as you can see, look at the image. That's already a JPEG file, but hindi pa siya tapos. So, hintayin natin. By the way, the required living area setup is just a minimum requirement for the exercise, okay? So, you have to do your own. Kailangan nyo pong dagdagan yung mga elements. Sample lang po yun sa akin. Hindi naman ibig sabihin gagayahin ninyo. Okay? So again, follow instructions. You don't have to do similar to what's mine, but our project's intended for a living room setup. Okay? So a few more seconds. So umabot na tayo ng 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So okay, so approaching nearly 100% and almost done, 100%. So after that, what you're going to do is, you're going to click this icon. This one. So you click that, and it's actually located yun. Andun na siya sa exercises folder ko for ARCAD 322. So ano yung name niya? So you can have render 1. Okay. See exercise 01 render 01. Okay? Kasi baka mag-render pa kayo ng 10 or 20, wala naman pong problema. So, you can click this one and look for JPEG. And just click save. And just maximize this slider and then click OK. Okay? So we're good. I will be closing this, but if you want to create more rendering image, wala pong problema. If you want to apply or to add more elements na hindi naman po kasama doon sa, or hindi nyo nakikita doon sa sample ko, wala pong problema. But then again, nakalimit po tayo ng 5 by 4 meters dun sa area na paglalagyan ninyo. Okay? So, if you want to add a more table here or more lamps, wala pong problema. Okay, so I'll be closing this. I'll be saving my output. And thank you so much. Please be guided accordingly sa mga instructions.